Hey, everybody, welcome back to another Daily Drop here on TarHeelIllustrated.com. I'm THI publisher Andrew Jones, and the topic today is Carolina Tar Heels football, specifically the special teams. We have spent the last few weeks intermittently going through each of the position groups on the Tar Heels as we prepare for the 2024 football season. Now it's time to discuss special teams. We're not just going to do the kickers here. We're going to kind of get into what some of the rankings in various parts of special teams were last year that have been points of emphasis since the season ended, and just kind of go from there. And there are a couple areas here that need to be better, for sure. Let's begin with place kicker Noah Burnett, 19 of 20 last season. He was 6 for 6 from between 40 and 49 yards out. He had a really good year, but he did not have a great spring. Liam Boyd, the Clemson transfer, who was mostly the kickoff specialist last year, pushed him some. But I also think that there's going to be a slight opening of the door for true freshman Lucas Osada to make a push when fall camp begins, July 29th or 30th. Haven't been determined yet. They're starting in late July because the Tar Heels opener is August 29th at Minnesota. So they're going to start at the end of July. Lucas Osada, had a chance to talk to him about a week and a half ago. In fact, all 6 of the true freshmen who enrolled at the beginning of June were available. So I went over to the Keenan Football Center, had a chance to talk to Lucas. Very impressive young man. You can see kind of a mental toughness there, really kind of oozes out, if you will. It's easy to recognize that he's a guy that in a pressure situation can get laser focus and boot the thing between the uprights. He's won a ton of awards in high school. He's not just a place kicker. He's not just a kickoff specialist, and he's not just a punter. He's all three. And he's a good challenge in all 3 areas. But I do think Noah Burnett will be the guy. He's got a lot of experience. He's had mostly success. So they're probably in pretty decent shape there. Hunter, not so much. Now, Ben Kiernan last year, when he ran the ball in that botched punt, he picked up the first down, but he was knocked out for the season. That opened the door for Tom McGinnis, the Australian, who originally, when he got to Carolina, since he had never put on shoulder pads in his life, was going to spend the year acclimating himself to football. But when Kiernan went down, McGinnis was thrown to the wolves, and he wasn't ready. He struggled at times, 33 punts for a 39.8 average, but there were some issues there, and he struggled this spring. I got to tell you, I was at 3 practices. He struggled this spring. This is an area where I think Lucas Osada has a chance to take the job. Not projecting he will. I think that they want McGinnis to handle this job if he can, because he's an older guy. He has college experience now. He's got a really strong leg. And maybe he's the spot holder until Osada gets a little bit older, maybe a little bit stronger, and able to handle the role down the road if he's ever able to handle the role. Carolina, though, last year was number 124 nationally in net punting. That's 132 schools in FBS. That's not very good. All right, kickoff specialist Liam Boyd did a pretty nice job after Ryan Coe got hurt. 66 kickoffs, 49 were touchbacks. I think that's a percentage Mac Brown will take. Noah Burnett did a little kicking off, had 5 kickoffs, no touchbacks. Lucas Osada's got a strong leg. He's someone that down the road will probably be the kickoff specialist, but I don't think he's going to be that this year. I think they're fairly comfortable with Burnett at place kicker. They're really comfortable with Boyd kicking off. I don't think they have any comfort about anything right now at punter. Now, as far as some coverage stuff goes, I'm going to throw a few rankings out at you from last year, and you'll just kind of see how gory it is. Carolina was number 100. Really, I'm not even going to say they're 100 because there were only 3 teams that had 3 kicks blocked last year. They were one of them. Punts blocked. SMU and UMass also had 3 punts blocked. Nobody had any more. That's been an issue. It's been an issue since Matt came back. It's got to get cleaned up. I don't know how you can have so many punts blocked. And they've given up points on a few of them. It's just something that must get cleaned up. I think the shield, the way they do the shield with the linemen back there, not a big fan of that. I think you have maybe a little bit quicker guys. That's just me. I'm not a coach. I'm not a Hall of Famer. But they need to fix the protection in the punts. They were number 94 in kickoff returns. They're not getting enough from their kickoff returns. They were number 127 in kickoff return coverage. They allowed a kickoff return for a touchdown last year. And maybe to complicate things, and I applaud Mac Brown for having the ideology that this is the way we want to go. They want to play younger guys. They want to get these young kids on the field. They had 21 freshmen in for spring. So by the time that the team lands in Minneapolis, those true freshmen will have had, I don't know, 42 practices, 41 practices, 42, 43, plus a whole summer of offseason conditioning in a college program. But can they trust those kids on special teams? Larry Fedora had excellent special teams, and he was a really good special teams mind. And he used to say, look, I want my older guys on special teams for 2 reasons. 1, because we're going to be better because they're better football players. 2, if you're going to stick in the NFL, it really helps if you can play multiple special teams. Mac Hollins is an example. He's in the NFL because of special teams. He's a pretty solid receiver, but the special teams and his strength there and how good he is what has helped keep him in the NFL. So on one hand, you would think, well, why not get a double positive there? Get older guys in the field for special teams so there won't be as many breakdowns. And the older guys get to show on film as 22-year-olds, let the NFL know, I can play 4 or 5 different special teams. So I'm a receiver, but I'm valuable because I can do more. However, there is such an emphasis right now on resting starters that I think they would rather rest a kid on a kickoff team rep than rest him on 2 linebacker reps. That I think is probably the approach they're going to take. So you're going to see some younger guys on special teams. They must improve special teams. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Punter, question mark. Coverage, returns, all that kind of stuff, question mark. I think place kicking, pretty solid. I think kickoff specialist, I think Boyd's really good. And maybe the answer is just kick the damn thing into the end zone every time and your kickoff coverage won't matter because they're never going to get a chance. That might be the wisest thing. Anyway, what do you think? How concerned are you about special teams? They can cost you a game. And Mac has said quite a few times, look, I'd love it if special teams can win a game, but I don't count them to win games, but I do count on them to not lose games. They can't lose you games. And I think there have been a few times where special teams has, if not cost Carolina games, contributed heavily. So we'll see. Let us know what you think about Carolina special teams. What's your biggest concern about special teams, and what part of these units are you not worried about at all? Let us know on Facebook. Let us know on Twitter. Let us know on our message boards at TarHeelIllustrated.com. By the way, you can be a premium member for just $8.33 a month for a 1-year subscription. Same price it was when I took over almost 120 months ago. It was 119 months and, 12 days or so when I took over. Go over there. It's just $8.33, man. It's low. It's less than a drive-through meal. It's like 2 candy bars and a mint. I don't know, something like that. I'll have to go drive around to some stores and figure it out and then come here and have some raw data for you. Bottom line is it's cheap. Same price has been 10 years. Nothing else is. It's a no-brainer. Go sign up. You can be a Tar Heel insider on all things basketball, football, and recruiting. I'm AJ, and I appreciate you stopping by.